Like from fataha you have miftah, and that's the common usage, right? Miftah is a tool to open.
So what are the differences between?
No difference, they're all the same.
Can you give some more examples?
Or you can get any fa'al, you can midrab or midrabun, the tool of hitting.
Tool of hitting.
Tool of hitting.
What is a tool?
It's any tool that you use. If I use this to hit something, and this is a midrab. If I use the chair, then the chair is a midrab. So it refers to a tool. But then in Arabic language, usually some forms are used and others are not. For example, miftah is the one that's used, right? But usually for pen, you don't say miktab, the tool of writing, do you? There's no such word as miktab, even though miktab itself means the tool of writing. So if you write with this, it's potentially a miktab. If you write with a chalk, that's miktab. If you write with your fingers, it's miktab. With anything that you write with. Okay? So it's the tool that you choose to use. It's the tool. So miftahun is the tool of opening. So that's the one that's used. They don't use really miftah or miftaha. Miftah or miftahatun, they use miftah, right? But if you say miftah for a tool of opening, whether it's a key or whether it's a hammer that you open a door with, it's still a tool of opening, right?
Miftah is in the fi'l al-amr.
No, that's iftah. Miftah is not amr. It's still a tool. So to make the tool of a, so if you don't know, then this is where it helps. If you don't know the name of some particular thing, but you know what it does, you can name it. For example, if I didn't know that this is called qalam in Arabic, right? How could I name it otherwise? It's a miktab, tool of writing. But that will not be specific to this, right? Because it could be something else that I write with. It could be a pen, it could be my hand that I write with on the windshield, for example. It's also miktab. Anything that you write with. So it's not specific to a particular tool unless it is used in that way by the native speakers.
So could you call your finger qalam if you're...
No.
You can't, right?
But you can call it miktab.
But you can call it... But you would have to use miktab if you were using your finger.
But you can say my finger is now a miktab. It's reality, it's isbah, right? It's a finger.
Right.
That's what it's called. But you can temporarily name it miktab, tool of writing. So my point is, unless it's so used by the native speakers, you don't just name anything like that. But this is the form for the tool of something. So if you read a book, a classical, Arabic book or novel or something, and you see something like this, then you have to find the root word, what it means, then you will know this thing refers to the tool of that fi'l that I know. I know the action, and this is the tool form of that. So it means it's the tool for that thing.
For the negation, you just add a la, and then the last one you get equal to it, regardless of what you had previously.
What's the last word?
The last letter.
The ending you change to a sukun.
Regardless of what you had.
It will have a dhamma and
it always will have that.
Then you change it to a sukun. But you missed the lesson on that, I guess. Because if it's dual, then you drop the noon. If it's dual, you don't give it a sukun, you drop the noon. So.
And for the if you have fatha or kasra, you use kasra, and it's dhamma giving it.
Fatha and kasra where?
You use kasra.
No, fatha, kasra and dhamma where?
For I, you use, okay, if the middle letter
or the ain, or the third letter. Third letter, basically. Starting with hamza, it's the third letter.
Oh, okay, but actually it's the ain, right?
It's the ain, yeah. If you want to go by the structure, it's ain, yeah.
Okay, so if ain has fatha or kasra, you use kasra for the alif. And if you can Dhamma, guide the Dhamma, you use Dhamma for the
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so these are the names of tools, and we talked about how to make it dual and plural and so on. We'll not go into that again. Lastly, we will do the comparative adjective, the comparative noun, whatever you want to call it. It's when you compare one thing with one another, or compare one thing with many. If I compare two people, it's called ism al-tafdeel. I want to say this one person is better or more than this other person. Right? So I can say, for example, that regarding these two lines, okay? Okay, I can say that this is أطول من هذا. هذا أطول من هذا. This is longer than this. The one on the left is longer than the one on the right, taller. Or you can say هذا أقصر من هذا. This is shorter than this. So أطول and أقصر.
Is that from Tawheed?
Thank you. Yes?
That's from Tawheed.
That's from what?
Longer.
طويل, yes. أطول, yeah. And
So what is longer?
أطول. أقصر, أقصر, أطول. So that gives away the form. The form is أفعل. So from علم يعلم would be أعلم. Right? أعلم. The most knowledgeable, the person who knows the most, or the more knowledgeable than another. Either superlative or comparative adjective. Whether you're comparing one thing to many or one thing to another, you use this form. أعلم. أجهل. أجهل is the opposite. This person is more ignorant than this other. You say هذا أجهل من هذا. Or you can say زيد أجهل الناس. Zayd is the most ignorant of all people. زيد أجهل الناس. So you can use it in that way. So that's for masculine. For feminine, you use another one. علماء. This is for feminine. أعلم إن علم. So it has both meanings, comparative or superlative. So comparative when you compare two things, superlative when you compare one thing with many. For example, look at all of these dots, right? We have one big dot, right? What do you say? This one is akbar, the biggest, right? The largest. هذا أكبر, right? This is the largest.